Hi, I'm Charlie Frost, and on this week's episode of the 24MX Workshop, I'm going to show you how to clean a very dirty dirt bike. So I'm going to demonstrate the correct way and the way I clean a dirt bike, showing you the methods and products to be used. Now, the first two main important things when cleaning a dirt bike are the exhaust bung, which stops the water from going down the exhaust pipe. On a 2-stroke and a 4-stroke, they're very similar. So universal exhaust bung, get it in there nice and tight. And also, different models of bikes, the air filter is situated in different places. Now on this Honda, that the girl on the bike has very kindly lent us to wash for the video. I mean, as you can see, it is very dirty. We've already installed the airbox cover, which is underneath the seat. Now, when I clean my bike, I take the seat off, install the airbox cover with a bit of rag or a bit of tissue in the air boot to stop the water getting into the carburetor. But on this bike, we've already installed the airbox cover underneath the seat and we put the seat back on. So the first job we're going to do is we're going to lay the bike over so we can get all the mud off from underneath the motorcycle. So, using this ProWorks layover stand, the idea of this device is that you slide the grip into this end, and on the end of the piece here you can see there's a stop, so it stops the bike from falling over. So they can position this on the floor, somewhere roughly close to the bike, and then we're going to lay the bike over and then slide the grip down in like that. So as you can see now, with that in place, the bike's not going to go anywhere, and now we can get to underneath of the bike where all the mud is. I'm going to wash the bottom of the bike off first, then I'm going to remove the skid plate, which then will obviously release the mud underneath, because if you don't take the skid plate off, you can sometimes leave a lot of mud and dirt up in there. So I want to try and get as clean as possible. So first we're going to wash the bottom of the bike off. So using the jet wash, we've got two different ends for it. This one I'll use afterwards once the bike is washed off all the dirt. This is the cleaner. Many different products can be found on the 24MX website of different cleaners. Like I said, we're going to get the mud off first. You have got to be careful at some times as well not to get too close with the jet wash, because things like your fork seals and certain gaskets on the engine, if you get too close with the jet wash, you can damage the seals. So try and sort of stay 3 or 4 feet away whilst doing it. But yeah, try and get in as much dirt as possible as you can. Another reason why we lie the bike down as well is also up under the mud guard. You can see there's a lot of dirt. Now, if we were to have the bike on the center stand, you probably wouldn't be able to get all of that. So we try and lean the bike over to get right up under the mud guards and get all the dirt out where possible. And also you can see here where the exhaust bung comes into play. Obviously, when we're directing the jet wash down at the bike, we don't want to get any water into the exhaust system, hence why we've got that exhaust bung in place. So we've got most of the mud off from underneath now, so we're going to swap ends on our jet wash and connect our cleaner. Like I said, many different types of cleaners can be found on the 24MX website. So connect this one and we're going to spray the underneath of the bike now. We'll let that set for a second. The cleaner we're using is biodegradable, so obviously we're trying to help save the environment. So different cleaners have different instructions and different ingredients in them. So we're going to try and maintain with this cleaner and let this one soak in. But yeah, if you can try and read the instructions on the bottles. Like I said, most cleaners nowadays are biodegradable. Same with this cleaner. So always check the label when purchasing it. So we'll let that soak in, and we'll then go back to the proper jet wash and clean this cleaner off now. So as I said before, we're going to remove the skid plate to get any of the excess mud up in the engine. You'll see here, it looks quite clean, but when I take the skid plate off, you'll see there's still some dirt stuck up in underneath. So under these two 8mm bolts, and as you'll see, you've still got mud on the skid plate and on the engine. So I'll give them a quick jet wash off. And then we'll just apply some more cleaner. And we'll do the inside of the skid plate. Now the fun part is to wash all of the cleaner off. Now we're going to reinstate the skid plate onto the bike, so when we lift it up onto the center stand, we don't have to worry about forgetting to put the skid plate on afterwards. So now we can lift the bike up onto the center stand and get the other side of the bike and also do the wheels. So we're done with this little beauty, the ProWorks lever stand. Very handy for getting underneath the bike like I've just shown you. And now we're going to use a ProWorks foldable stand so we can get the other side of the bike, and also we can spin the wheels, because like I said in a previous episode, when the bike's on the stand, both wheels are off the floor. So as you can see, we can now spin both wheels freely without them hitting the floor. So pretty straightforward again. I'm going to get this side nice and clean, then apply the cleaner afterwards, and then job done. Another important thing as well when jet washing is not to get too close to the wheel bearings, because obviously with the wheel bearings inside, if you're just powering water into it, eventually they'll just break up and then you'll go through wheel bearings very quickly. So try and stay away from getting too close to the center hubs. Same again, we're going to now go back to the cleaner and give it one layer of soap, let it set, wash it off, and then job done. We'll let that set in for a sec. I mean, it is quite sunny today, so it will dry quite quickly. So we'll get it off as soon as possible. So that's pretty much straightforward on how to clean the bike without forgetting the boots. As you can see, we have got a bit of a makeshift boot stand. They do actually provide boot stands on the 24MX website, so if you go check that out. But for now, we've got this sturdy little weapon. So we're gonna wet them first and then put some cleaner on them, because I personally find if you put the cleaner on first, yes, it will clean the boot off, but you'll still have dirt residue on there. So I like to clean the boot first with the jet wash, then apply the soap, and then wash it off again. And also why I put them upside down is you try not to get the insides too wet. Obviously, if you're riding next day or whatever, stops the inside from getting very soaking wet. So wash these off now. So we'll swap back over to the cleaner now and just apply a layer of cleaner. Just get both sides. And let that set in for a second. And then one last blast for the boots. And there you have it. So that was a video on how to clean a dirt bike. That's the way I do it personally. But I hope you enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and also share the video. And I'll see you on the next episode.